get back working on editing. Just wanted to get back on YouTube. Been busy with high school, other things, driving. Speaking of driving, turned 16 December 17th, 2018. Don't have a license, but I'm working on it. I know with faith in the Lord, I can get it. And I'm also very thankful for my dad for letting me drive this vehicle, even after I hit up the curb and busted his rim a little bit. It's barely noticeable, but I busted his rim, and he was mad about that. But I'm thankful he got over it and let me still drive and practice with his car. Even as of recently, he said I might get his car one day. And if that doesn't happen, if I don't want it or he doesn't want to give it to me, I'll probably be getting a sedan. I've been looking at the Ford Taurus and Ford Fusion. I really like those. I was looking at the Camaro, not really my style. It's my style, I like it. It's kind of small, low to the ground, and I'm down here in the south of Texas, and sometimes it floods towards summer and spring, and it starts raining in the water gets high. I wouldn't want that to get float down the street or busted up, and I had to end up getting a new car. That wouldn't be a problem, of course. I can do all things through the Lord. The Lord is just really want a car that will fit me, both for my school's campus and for my lifestyle. And I figured the Ford Fusion, it has space, so with all my extracurricular activities and stuff, like after school, when I'm finally driving to school and I have my license and everything in a parking spot, in the parking lot, I can just walk out of practice or something. Of course, when it's done, because I don't quit, I don't take in early. I can just walk out, go to the band hall, get my trombone, and not have to, worry about opening my dad's trunk or anything. Just throw it in not throw it in the back seat, don't want to damage the car. Just put it in the back seat, put my backpack behind it. Of course, put my phone in the back seat, because not answering calls while I'm driving, safety issue. I'm turning the ringer off like when I'm in school. Yeah, and then drive home. And not really interested in going to get something to eat like some students do every day after school. To want to a car, it's like going to Sonic or something. It's just not me. I like saving money. Keep my economics good. Speaking of that, my sales have been booming like before school got out. I sold to my first non-relative. I'm gonna call him Fred. I sold him one of my products. It was $5. It was something I thought of that's quick. He liked it. So I sold it to him for $5. Not gonna say his name, but he's a great friend of mine from Bandit. Really hilarious. But I'm thankful he was my first non-relative customer, and I figured I'd go from there. That gave me inspiration. And I have another person. She bought scrunchies from me, my homemade DIY scrunchies. I might make a video on how I make them. She bought those from me. Well, not technically yet, but she was supposed to give me the money the Friday before school let out, but she didn't have it. And I figured she really likes scrunchies. She wears them all the time. Figured I'd go ahead and let them have them, because she was probably planning on wearing them over the weekend. She just forgot to get the money from home. So yeah, when I go back to school, I'll ask her for it. And yeah, hopefully there's nothing bad about that, but she refuses to give the money, okay, I'm not gonna get mad. I'm not gonna throw a temper tantrum. It's simple. Cut her off. Like, I'm not the one. If someone owes me money, yeah, I'm asking for that money. But if they're just not gonna give it back, as long as it wasn't like over $20, well, depends on the amount and how I'm doing it, son. Depending on the money, because I'm a giver, Christian, and my dad told me that when you give something, you're opening the path for something to come back to you. So yeah, I'm just taking it as one of those situations, and the Lord will take care of that, and the Lord will give me money. That's what he's been doing all this holiday season, and I've done well. And also, yeah, it's January, so I'm celebrating my 1 year and 8 month lockerversary. Almost to 2 years, I can't believe it. Oh yeah, and I can finally get the full pineapple. I've been wanting to do it so bad. It just came unexpectedly. Like, I saw my loctician do it, but normally when she does it, it's like right after a retwist, and she does it so quick, and sometimes it's a little painful. painful, like if it's painful, like now I ask her to adjust it, cause like I don't like head tension. But yeah, I finally been able to do the pineapple. My locks, my roots are freshly retwisted, as you can see. Just got them done last Thursday. The roots, they're done well, like better than a self retwist. But yeah, I like it. I'm trying to figure out like when my roots puff back up, like when I get the new growth and a little bit of unraveling, if I can still like do the full pineapple. Because yeah. And also my 2019 resolution, don't normally do resolutions because I'm always constantly improving myself. I believe you should be a better you every day. My resolution is no styles until football season, until I'm actually wearing a helmet where a style is needed. For now, since my hair has gotten to that length, a pineapple is the only style I need. Indeed, I can pull it up during the day, let it down at night. That way there's no tension, my ends aren't thinning. Speaking of my ends, like yeah, 2018, like towards the end, that was like when I really got concerned about them, like noticed how damaged they were. Like not damaged a lot, like it was pieces no more than that damage. I know some people like the look of the lock, like it gets thinner as it goes down the shaft, but I like it too. But if it's too thin, looks like if you touch it will break off. I don't want it, so yeah, I clipped a few of my ends. Like before, I hated doing it, and my dad doesn't like me doing it. I clipped them. They were tiny pieces. Just if I didn't clip them, they probably would have fell off eventually. And don't want to be out somewhere, maybe at a party or hanging out, and just out of nowhere a piece of my lock just falls off. Like I don't like that. I don't like feeling dirty. Speaking of that, when I went to get my locks retwisted professionally, I hadn't been to her in like 2 to 3 months. I had been retwisting on my own. I had done 2 previous self-retwists, and I made the mistake of using Jamaican mango and lime locking gel. Like, I read about it, it's bad, but when I was retwisting my hair myself, I was scared. I wasn't thinking, so I got the product from the beauty supply. I asked for tropical roots. I wanted tropical roots. I've always wanted to try it, but they didn't have it. And I asked the dude at the store if he had it. He was like, no, but we have Jamaican mango and lime. And I just wanted a product so bad. But really, you don't need products to retwist your locks. Really, I think water and oil is good enough, and I'm not worried about a hole. Maybe for baby locks, you need a little bit of product, but once you're locked up, especially if your locks, like if you have locks kind of similar to mine, you constantly go to a loctician and like your locks are kind of locked close to the root, you don't need product. Like next time I do a self-retwist, I'm going to try the Cinnabon method. It's where you twist the lock and you wrap around kind of like a bun, not too tight. Like you twist the lock till it wraps around, not over twisting to where you literally feel like you're pulling your scalp out. Like twist it till like it curls at the bottom. For my guys out there who twist their hair, you know what I mean. Also, yeah, I went to the loctician. She washed my hair, and while she was washing it, I noticed she was taking pictures of it. I thought that was a good thing. I thought she was like, oh, she was doing it before and after of like how my locks started and what they look like now, but it wasn't that. After she was done washing my hair, and she left me there at the bowl for my hair to like drain a little bit before she retwisted my locks, I looked on her story because I follow her on Instagram and on Twitter. I looked on her Instagram story and I saw my locks, and I felt so embarrassed. Like it was a ton of buildup from the Jamaican mango and lime sitting in the bowl. Like I was so embarrassed. I felt so dirty. I mean, there's already a stereotype that people with locks, they stink and they're dirty. And I wash my hair every 2 to 3 weeks, or whenever I feel my scalp needs to be clean. Like I'm big on washes. Like I do not like a dirty, smelly head. And I wish I had known that earlier in my journey. Like once you have like a little bud in your lock that little sealed in, and it's okay to wash your hair lightly or try the do-rag method, tying a tight do-rag on your head. I mean, seeing all that goop in the bowl, I felt embarrassed. I felt like dirty. Like I felt so dirty. I felt like like I felt like so dirty. Like I felt like I had literally been, living in the woods and not caring for my hair, letting whatever bird mess and everything just fall in it and stay there. But I'm glad I went to the loctician. I'm glad my dad encouraged me to go, and he said he'd pay for it. Thankful for that as well. Well, it's just, I needed that wash. Like, I knew something was wrong. My locks were feeling a little heavier than usual. And I knew it wasn't just new growth or my hair longer than I was expecting it. It was something. And I had known about my buildup, but the thing with locks is, whatever you see on the surface, like if it's product buildup, just know there's a lot more in the center. Like once your locks lock and become really tight and combined and mature, like after your year or a year and a few months, it's hard to get stuff out. Like that's why you should pay more attention when you're drying, especially if you're air drying. A lot of professionals don't recommend you air dry. To me, it depends on what you're doing and what your situation is. Like me personally, when I wash my hair at home, I don't get a blow dryer and put it to my head. Heat's a killer for natural hair. Like I try to avoid artificial heat as much as possible. Like if I know I can air dry, I will go to my room. I'll just let my hair down, play some video games, and do some other things, and just let my hair dry. Also, I've noticed some people recommend, like if you're washing your locks and you're air drying, like do it in the morning, and while you're throughout the day, let your locks dry, which is, hold up, that's cars passing down the road. By the way, look at the view at Oyster Creek. Love this place. Perfect place to be alone when you need that privacy or peace of mind. Anyway, yeah, back to what I was saying. Like locks, air drying. I think washing in the morning is smarter and letting them dry throughout the day. It's just, I don't want to like get up early in the morning before school or before, if I don't have school, I don't see it as a problem, but like before church especially, like I don't want to go in with a wet head. It just seems a little disgusting to me. Like, but yeah, if it was school, yeah, if I felt like it and I know I needed a wash like right then and there, yeah, I get up at like 4 a.m. an hour and 30 minutes before I have to get up and I wash my hair, and I wouldn't go back to bed, because even though you could air dry while you're sleeping, like spread your locks out across the satin pillowcase, I just don't like the feeling. Like me personally, I can't go to sleep without anything on my head. And I remember one time I went to my mom's house and I forgot the thing I used to sleep on my head at my dad's house. So I couldn't go to sleep because I was uncomfortable. I didn't like my locks being out. So I asked if I could borrow one of her headscarves, and I actually wore that. No, I don't like wearing a headscarf unless it's a male headscarf or a Rasta headscarf. It's just I needed something to cover my head, and I didn't want to experience lock breakage or friction. Like that's my fear of like just sleeping on a satin pillowcase. Like I'll move around, put my shoulder on the lock, and turn my head the other way, and the lock will in the night just snap off. Speaking of all the stuff I've gone through in my lock journey, my locks are still strong. I've made mistakes, but they're still strong. That's God's grace. I take that as God watching over me. Yeah, and back to the build-up thing I was talking about. That wasn't my first time having build-up. This is my first time experiencing like extreme product build-up. It wasn't that extreme. She was able to get it out with one wash. My first time was when I was using the Jamaican Mango and Lime conditioner. Like conditioner, to me, if you're gonna condition your locks, you should do that once a month at the max. Like a deep conditioner, because it can loosen your locks, like make them unravel, or worse, give you buildup. And Jamaican Mango and Lime, I'd stay away from their products, especially if your hair is of the more tighter texture 4C like my hair. I'd stay away from that, because your hair will trap that in, and it will not let it go. Literally, like it will take that product and keep it prisoner inside the lock, and then when you wash, you're shocked when the bathtub or rinse bowl, like